So, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So, let us start then. So, in this lecture, we will discuss a topic which we left earlier. So, this is actually about algebraic lattices and this algebraic lattices and subuniverses. So, algebraic lattices and subuniverses. Algebraic lattices and subuniverses. Algebraic lattices and subuniverses. Algebraic lattices and subuniverses. And subuniverses. So recall that we have already defined it, but just so definition. So let A be an algebra. Let A be an algebra let A be an algebra with its universe set A, with universe A. So a subset U of A is called a subuniverse of A, is called a subuniverse of A if for every n array operation, if for every n array operation f on A with with U1, U2, so on Un in U, it should imply that f of U1, U2, so on Un should belong to U. Okay, so then in this case this U is called as the subuniverse of this algebra A. The set of all subuniverses, the set of subuniverses of A is denoted by is denoted by this symbol sub A. Okay. So next proposition is just a straightforward verification. It shows that the arbitrary intersection of subuniverses is again a subuniverse. So you have a proposition. So let A be an algebra, and let this fancy S be any collection of subuniverses, be any collection of subuniverses of A, then the intersection is also a subuniverse of A. Then intersection this fancy S is also a subuniverse of A. Okay, so it is just a straightforward verification. So proof is just a routine, so you just write it. So let this fancy S equals Si I in I. Then by intersection fancy S we mean the intersection of these. We mean intersection I in I Si. So let it be B. Let B equals intersection I in I Si. So let F be any array operation of A. Let F be any basic array operation of this algebra A, and let B1, B2, so on Bn they belong to B. Okay, ठीक है, means they are in the intersection. Then for every S belonging to this fancy S, B1, B2, so on Bn, they belong to S. And since S is a sub-universe, since this S is a sub-universe, so you have that this A, which is f of this B1, so on Bn, it belongs to S. It belongs to S. So this means what? This means A belongs to S for every every S in fancy S. So this means what? So this implies A belongs to B. Hence B is a subuniverse. Hence B is a subuniverse of A. Okay, so any intersection of subuniverses is a subuniverse. Now, given a set of elements in an algebra, we are often interested in the smallest subuniverse containing those elements. So if you have given a set of elements in an algebra, so you are interested the smallest subuniverse of A containing those elements. So given a set of elements in an algebra, we often interested we are often interested in the smallest subuniverse of A containing those elements. Containing those elements. So in order to make this precise, we have to we have to just define something. So we define it as follows. So what is the smallest subuniverse of A containing X? So it is actually the intersection of all the subuniverses of A containing these elements. So you have this definition then. So you have this definition. So let A be an algebra and X is a subset of A. The subuniverse of A generated by X. The subuniverse of A generated by this set X is actually it is denoted by this symbol SGAX. It is the intersection of U belonging to this set of subuniverses of A such that X is a subset of U. So the subuniverse of A generated by a set means the smallest subuniverse of A containing X is actually the intersection of all those subuniverses of A containing X, and it is a subuniverse by previous proposition. By previous proposition, this SGX is the sub-universe sub-universe of A containing X. And note that this in the definition, the collection of sub-universes whose intersection we take is never empty, since it surely contains A itself. है ना? So this intersection is never empty. So this is never empty, as A itself is a member of this. A itself contains X. Contains X. So ये इंटरसेक्शन नॉन एम्प्टी होगी हमेशा, क्योंकि X A खुद एक सब यूनिवर्स है, अपने आप में सब यूनिवर्स है जो कि X को कंटेन करता है. So this is non-empty. And the previous proposition ensures that this SGX always exists and it must contain X. So in the next theorem, we give a more concrete and alternate description for these sub-universe generated by a set. So we have this theorem. Let A equal to A comma this fancy F. Fancy F is actually the set of operations on A be an algebra. And X is a subset of A. Now define by recursion on this N, where N is some positive integer, the sets Xn as, so you define recursively, you define x0 as X, and you define Xn plus 1 as Xn union F of A1 so on AK, such that this A1 so on AK belong to Xn, and F is any, and F belonging to this F is a K array operation, is K array. ठीक है. Then our claim is that the sub universe generated by X, this SGX, is nothing but union of these, union of n belonging to omega, means n is a finite natural number xn. ठीक है. तो हम एक्चुअली क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ, हम इन एक्स आइज को रिक्लूसिवली डिफाइन कर रहे हैं. रिक्लूसिवली इन द सेंस कि पहले हमने x0 डिफाइन किया, फिर हम x1 डिफाइन करेंगे, x2 x3 एंड सो ऑन. तो x0 को हम x डिफाइन कर रहे हैं और xn प्लस 1 को इसके पीछे वाला हम xn ले रहे हैं, प्लस साथ में वो तमाम एलिमेंट्स ले रहे हैं xn के जिन पे आप कोई भी ऑपरेशन लगाओ, x के एलिमेंट्स पे जो भी ऑपरेशन लगाओ, जो एलिमेंट्स आएंगे उनको साथ जोड़ रहे हैं. So xn plus 1 is xn union all the elements of xn, all the elements obtained by applying any operation on the elements of xn. So this is your xn plus 1, and we show that this this the smallest congruence containing X, or you can say that the congruence, sorry, this is the smallest subuniverse containing X is this one, union of all these Xi's. Okay, now let us see the proof. So proof, let y equal to, sorry, let y equal to union and belonging to w omega xn. So we show that this sgx is y. Now clearly, by definition of this y, xn is a subset of y and y is a subset of a for every n, for every n in this. In particular, x0, which is x, is also a subset of y. Okay, so this means so y contains x. So actually we have to show that this y is the smallest subuniverse of A containing X. If we show this, then we are done. Now first we show that it is a subuniverse of A. Now let us show that y is a subuniverse of A. Okay. So for this, let f belonging to f be any k array operation, be any array operation on A, and a1, a2, so on, ak, they belong to y. Now from the construction of y, because y is this union, so from the construction of y, there exists some n belonging to omega, such that this a1, so on, ak belong to xn. And from from this from its definition, from its definition, this f of a1, so on, an, sorry, ak, it actually belongs to xn plus 1, है ना, यही हमारी डेफिनेशन है. अगर आप देखेंगे हमारे एक्स साइज तो ऐसे ही हमने डिफाइन किए. एन के तमाम एलिमेंट्स पे अगर आप कोई भी ऑपरेशन लगाओगे तो वो मेंबर्स एक्स एन प्लस 1 में होंगे. सो यू हैव दिस. सो देयरफॉर and xn plus 1 is a subset of y. So this means what? This means your f of a1, so on, ak, it belongs to y. So therefore y is a subuniverse. Y is the subuniverse of A containing X. So thus y is a subuniverse of A containing X. So therefore the smallest subuniverse is actually a subset of Y. So thus this SGX is a subset of Y. So for the opposite inclusion, it is enough to check by induction on n that any xn is a subset of, because y is actually the union of n belonging to omega xn. तो यहाँ अगर कोई arbitrary xn सबसेट हो जाएगा तो हम कहेंगे सारी यूनियन सबसेट है इसकी. So it is enough to check that check 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 by induction on n that xn is a subset of sgxa. Well, x0 is a subset of this. So x0, which is x, is a subset of xgx. So the result is 2 for n 0. Assume inductively that assume inductively that xn is a subset of sgx. We will show that xn plus 1 is also a subset. Now note that this xn is a subset of xn plus 1. Now we are looking for those elements which are in x plus 1 but not in xn. Okay. Now if b belongs to xn plus 1 minus xn, लेकिन xn प्लस 1 माइनस xn में कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं? वो xn के ही एलिमेंट हैं जिन पे हम ऑपरेशन लगा रहे हैं. अगर आप डेफिनेशन देखेंगे, xn प्लस 1 तो आपका ये है. xn प्लस 1 माइनस xn में एक्चुअली xn के एलिमेंट्स पे जो एलिमेंट ऑपरेशन लगा के जो एलिमेंट्स मिल रहे हैं वो हैं. ठीक है. सो देन b would be f of a1 so on ak for 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 k array operation f and a1 so on ak belonging to xn. ठीक है. लेकिन आपका जो ये है a1 a2 ak, ये बेसिकली क्या है? ये x में है. इसका मतलब ये sgx में भी होंगे. बट a1 so on ak belong to sgx and it is a sub universe and it is a sub universe. So thus b equal to f of a1 so on ak belongs to sgx. So therefore this means xn plus 1 is also a subset of sgx. So thus y, which is union of n in omega xn, is a subset of sgx. And you have the equality. Okay. Now as a corollary of this theorem, we have actually a result which will actually enable us to show that this SGA is an algebraic closure operator on A. So first we prove this corollary and then we go on to prove that result. Okay, so this is next result, corollary of this theorem. Now if A and X as in the above theorem, if A and X as in the above theorem, and let A belong to A, then A belong to this SGX if and only if A belong to SGY, where Y is a finite subset of X for some finite subset Y of X. तो A अगर SGX में होगा if and only if A फिर SGY में होगा, फिर Y is some finite subset of X. Okay, so it is proof is just not that difficult. So see the proof. Let A belongs to A if A belongs to SGY for some finite subset Y of X, for some finite subset Y of X, then since SGY is a subset of SGX, अभी हमने किया नहीं but हम करेंगे. We will prove that if X is a subset of Y, if Y is a subset of X, it would imply that SGY is a subset of SGX. हम prove करेंगे अभी. तो SGY होगा subset SGX का, so this means what? A belongs to SGX. Now conversely, suppose A belongs to SGX. Conversely, suppose that A belongs to SGX. हम शो करेंगे A belongs to SGY for some finite subset Y of X. Now by the above theorem, A फिर किसी xn में होगा क्योंकि हमने SGX को डिस्क्राइब किया अभी ऊपर वाली थ्योरम में. By the above theorem, A belongs to xn. Now assume that n is minimal such that A belongs to xn. So assume that I can assume that it is minimal. It is minimal with this property. Assume that n is minimal. N is minimal. Okay. We proceed by induction on n. We proceed by induction on n. If n is equal to 0, then xn is x0 which is x. So इस केस में आप जो y आप ले सकते हैं वो सिंगलटन ए ले सकते हैं which is finite subset of x. Then take then take y equal to singleton A. Okay. Now suppose that n is greater than 0. Now suppose that n is equal to m plus 1, which is greater than 0. Now by definition of this xm plus 1, by definition of xm plus 1, there is a k-array operation f, and some elements b1 so on bk belonging to xm, b1 so on bk belonging to xm, such that a equal to f of b1 so on bk. By inductive hypothesis, this for bi's you will get some finite subsets. So by inductive hypothesis, क्योंकि xm के जो भी एलिमेंट्स हैं बाय इंडक्शन इनके लिए रिजल्ट ट्रू है. सो by inductive hypothesis there exist finite subsets. There exist finite subsets y1 so on yk of x such that bi belong to sgyi. So these yi's are finite for I running from 1 up to k. Now what do? We take y equal to union of these bi's, these yi's. Take y equal to y1 union so on union yk. Then y is finite and a belongs to sgy. Then y is finite and a belongs to sgy. Okay, so we are done. We have proven that suppose you have a sub universe. Suppose you have an algebra and x a subset. तो कोई एलिमेंट a का सब यूनिवर्स जनरेटेड बाय x में बिलोंग करेगा इफ एंड ओनली इफ ये बिलोंग करेगा सब यूनिवर्स जनरेटेड बाय y वेयर y इज ए finite subset of x. Now we will use this theorem in order to prove a very important result, in fact this corollary, that this taking this SGA is an algebraic closure operator on A. Okay. So this is the next theorem. Let A be an algebra then SGA is an algebraic closure operator on A. Is an algebraic closure operator on A. तो अलजेब्राइक क्लोजर ऑपरेटर के लिए आपको क्या चीज़ें शो करनी है? आपको 4 चीज़ें शो करनी. सो व्हाट आर दोज 4 प्रॉपर्टीज? कोई बता सकता है मुझे? यस. है? थोड़ा लाउडली बोलो, कौन? So we let x, y subset of A. We need to prove the following. We need to prove the following. तो पहले आप